Girl, you have got to try this Laneige lip mask. Trust me, my lips needed that love.
Love these vanilla vibes from Kayali. That top note is just so smooth.
Smooth and stunning. That's what you get with this K18 hair mask.
Those brands everybody's talking about, they're at Sephora. Discover the hype with the hottest names in beauty, including Laneige, Kayali, K18, and Rare Beauty. Only at Sephora.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome. You're listening to Sara Talk Solutions, the best radio station in the nation, The Block Radio, 105.com. Jump on every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can shoot me an email, theblocksaratalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sara B, and I'm your host. You can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sara_LA. Every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also jump on the website, which is theblock105.com. Listening to the best digital radio in the nation. Greetings. G'day. How's everyone going? How's your week been? I am fingers crossed the weeks I should say of the fires is over, because my heart and my mind cannot keep up with this. This was insane. You can jump on the website, theblock105.com. You listen to Sara Talk Solutions. Shoot me an email, theblocksaratalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sara B, and I'm your host. You can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sara_LA. You're listening to Sara Talk Solutions. You can always send me an email, theblocksaratalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sara B, and I'm your host. You can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sara_LA, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, you can jump on the website, which is theblock105.com, the best digital radio station in the nation. You're listening to Sara Talk Solutions. You can jump on the website, theblock105.com, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You're listening to the one and only Sara Talk Solutions. You can shoot me an email, theblocksaratalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sara B, and I'm your host. Also, you can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sara_LA. Guys, we are going to jump into the good old AI. Oh boy. As I said, back on my picketing days, my strike days as an actor and as a writer, one of the, I should say one of the fights, but one of the reasons we were actually on the picket lines was the AI, and I cannot believe, there is no stopping it. It is there. It is not going to change. We've just got to accept it. And there's a reason why I'm bringing this up, because apparently there's a new AI which is up and running, and it's a lot inexpensive or cheaper to run. As we all know, ChatGPT, AI at your fingertips. Ask ChatGPT anything, it's free. Give the world's most popular AI assistants a try. Sign up for free and ask ChatGPT anything. Discover world's possibilities of ChatGPT. Easy to use, available anytime, anywhere. So that's true. AI capabilities. So use AI agents for decisions making, automations, and drive informative impact with SAP. So, AI power writing assistant, instant writing with AI, quickly turn around keywords into thoughtful articles, product languages, and social media copies. So, we got the good old ChatGPT. Why I am stumbling in saying that. But it is up, it is running, it is in our faces, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So you need to jump on board and get with the program and just allow it to just happen and take its place. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can jump on the website, theblock105.com, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, you can shoot me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. Also, you can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. Every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You're listening to the one and only The Block Radio. Jump on the website, theblock105.com. So we're talking about AI, guys. Like everyone knows about AI. If you haven't, you're clearly living underneath a rock. So what is AI? Artificial intelligence. AI is a set of technology that enables computers to perform a variety of advanced functions, including the ability to see, understand, translate spoken, written language, analyze data, make recommendations, and more. Is there an AI that I can talk to for free? Benefits of Merlin's AI chat, your best free AI companion. So it's a web chat will answer based on the information available on the website, with responses. If you're reading a lengthy article or complex context, you're unsure about the certain parts, you can use the web chat feature to ask specific inquiries. Can I use Google AI for free? Google AI Studio usage is for free of charge and is available all regions. Just look for the questions, FAQs for details. What are the 4 types of AI? So some of these types of AI aren't even specifically possible right now. According to the current system of clarification and classification, there are 4 primary AI types: reactive, limited memory, theory of mind, self-aware. So let's take a look at each type a little more depth. So that's interesting how there's 4, understanding the 4 types of artificial intelligence. So you got the AI in future, artificial intelligence in education, technology AI. You've got here call for papers, apply artificial intelligence. There is a lot that AI is offering, and unfortunately it's here to stay. No one can remove it and no one can actually stop it. So you just got to jump on board and just, unfortunately, get with the program. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can shoot me an email at theblogsarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can jump on my website, or you can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. You're listening to the one and only The Block 105 Radio. You can jump on the website, theblock105.com. Guys, we're talking about AI. AI is here to stay. There's a lot of questions about it, but hey, it is here to stay, and you've just got to jump on board because it is a real thing. It's a good tool, it's a good resource, but it's not going to overtake or remove a human. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? You can't remove a human. Like a human spirit, a human, talk, as such. So it's here. We've got to accept it. We've got to just allow it to happen as such. So who is the father of AI? So John McCarthy. The correct answer is John McCarthy is considered as the father of artificial intelligence. John McCarthy was an American computer scientist. The term AI, or artificial intelligence, was coined by him. So that's good. What's the most intelligent AI? Sophie is a robot occupied with the most advanced AI features, including speech recognition, natural language processing, speech synthesis, robot facial expressions, gesture controls, emotion stimulation or simulation. Moreover, Sophie is highly sociable and really good at communicating with people. Okay, Miss Sophie. Okay, that's great. What are the disadvantages of AI? AI is not immune for disadvantage and problematic concerns, including their 8 reduce employment, lack creativity ability, absence of emotional range, ethical dilemmas, increased potential for human laziness, privacy and data security concerns, lack of transparency and expandability, and dependency and reliability. Oh my gosh. Amazing, amazing, and amazing. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can jump on the website, theblock105.com, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, you can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. You can drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only theblock105.com. Drop me an email, theblogsarahtalks@gmail.com. We're talking about AI, and more AI. Who's the mother of AI? One and the only contenders of the 19th century mathematicians is Ada Lovelace, who recognized the Babbage artificial or analytical engine. early model of the computer could not only crunch numbers, but could also manipulate according to rules, other symbols, for instance, musical notes or letters. What's the main goal of AI? In a summary, the goal of AI is to provide software that is good reason on input and explain output. AI would provide human-like interactions with software and offer decision support for specific tasks, but it's not replacement for humans and won't be for any time. You're listening to Miss Sarah B. You can jump on the website, theblock105.com. You listen to Sarah Talk Solutions. Drop me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to one and only Miss Sarah B. Also, you can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. We're talking about good old AI, and more AI. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can jump on the website, theblock105.com, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, you can shoot me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. Guys, we're talking about AI. The reason why I'm bringing this up, because there's a new one. DeepSeek is the new one. It's a Chinese startup, and they're doing pretty well. They bypass, the industry standards, and it's pissing off a lot of people. Chinese AI startup DeepSeek releases AI model. So, US Navy bans use of DeepSeek due to security and ethical concerns. DeepSeek did little-known Chinese startup calls a Sputnik moment for AI. DeepSeek is an AI breakthrough, bypasses the industry standards, and it is actually causing a lot of problems. The good old AI. So it's just interesting, like I'm looking and seeing like what it's doing.
Step into Wix Studio, the platform for agencies and enterprises, and turn website layouts into an
new day, another piece of AI is announced.
That's right.
Why is this one so important?
We don't tend to do that many videos for the release of a new AI model, just because there are a lot of them, and lots of them are not that interesting, right? But in the last few days, a model called DeepSeek has come out, and a new model called DeepSeek R1, that are very interesting, right? And I think actually are really threatening the kind of monopoly that certain companies have on this system. And so let's talk about why that is and why we should be really excited. Perhaps we should just step away for a minute, and just for those people that have kind of not been paying attention, maybe this is the first time you've ever watched a video with me in it. What is a large language model? A large language model is a very, very big transformer-based neural network that does next word prediction.
So now, there's a lot of jargon there, so how do we get through some of that jargon?
All right, okay. So a neural network is the sort of a standard for machine learning. Things like convolutional neural networks are very, very popular in image-based. Computer vision, AI for video, these kind of things. And transformers, since about 2017, have become a really big thing in generative AI.
But what we didn't know really was how far you can push them, or how good they can get.
And so you could kind of, I suppose, split generative AI in two. You've got diffusion models, which do image generation, and you've got transformers that do text generation. And it's worth remembering that all modern AI of this kind is text generation, rather than kind of going off and, coming up with some fundamental concepts of your own and coming back. And so basically the way that you normally train these models is you get a huge model that is too big for most of us to train. You get hundreds of thousands of GPUs possibly.
So these are the graphics cards.
The graphics cards that train the model, and then you just batch through all of the text on the internet, learning how to predict the next word over and over again until you get so good at it that you can start regurgitating facts. You can even start solving logic problems or mathematical problems and things like this, right? But what's happened is, over the last few years, since ChatGPT was announced in what was it, 2022? I mean, it's not even been that long. There's been this kind of arms race among all the tech companies of who can build the biggest model, who can build the most performant model. And generally speaking, their approach to doing this is to make them bigger, to make the data sets bigger, to make the models bigger, to make them more clever, and train them until you get that better performance. We've spoken about this in previous videos on how much you can keep doing that, but that's kind of not what we're talking about today. The idea is basically, has always been that if you have 100,000 graphics cards, if you have billions of dollars to spend, you're going to be at an advantage because you have that power that you can train the largest models. Now, some companies like OpenAI keep their models behind the scenes and they expose them through an API or a web interface or something like this, and they very rarely give them away to anyone apart from perhaps close partners. They also very rarely tell you exactly how they've trained the model, what the data set was, what the actual model parameters are, and how big it is, and things like this. On the other hand, a company like Meta, so you'll know Meta from Facebook, have a much more open AI policy where they basically release their models, and those models are called Llama, and they are very good, and they are released for free, and you can all use them, and I've used them. But regardless of whether you release the models, they're out of reach of most people. I can run these models, I can refine them, I can't train them from scratch. I don't have that kind of resource. I don't have enough money to pay the electricity bill for the server farm. In most areas of science, you might read a paper and you might go, that's good, but I think I can change this thing and make it slightly better. And then you release a paper that makes it slightly better, and someone else does, and someone else does, and everyone just gets slightly better at doing this thing. That doesn't necessarily happen so much in these big AI models because ultimately there's only a few people who can do it. And so this kind of openness, I personally think, I'm an academic, so I would think this, right? But personally, I think openness is a good thing. Now, what's happened in the last few days is, well, and also just before the end of the last year, is that a small company in China has released a model called DeepSeek, right? And there are a couple of flavors of this model, and we can talk about them, but they've kind of changed the game a little bit, right? Because what they've basically shown is that you can train with more limited hardware, still expensive, but much more limited, and you can train particularly the most recent variant of models much more efficiently in terms of the amount of data you need to collect, which has been a huge pain for everyone. So perhaps we'll break down a little bit about some of the things that the model does that other models don't do and why this is going to be quite a big deal. Let's talk.
You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions, and you can shoot me an email, theblogsarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. Every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can jump on the website, theblock105.com, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can shoot me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. Also, you can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can jump on the website, theblock105.com. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can shoot me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B. Also, you can jump on my socials, Aussie_Sarah_LA. Guys, we're talking about the good old Aussie Day. We had an amazing, awesome Aussie Day on Sunday. It's not the same being in Australia, but hey, it's the next best thing. So Australia Day in Los Angeles celebrates with events such as G'day USA Art Gala and other community gathering. So G'day USA Art Gala, which is an event honors Australian creatives in the United States who work in film, television and music. The 2025 G'day USA Gala was held in Los Angeles, February 21, 2025. The event will be featured red carpet, high-profile performers and presenters. The Australia Day celebrated, which is the January 26th. I can't even say the word. The arrival of the first fleet, convict ships from Great Britain back in 1788. That's, a little bit of the history of Aussie Day or Australia Day. Australians in Los Angeles, the surroundings, have celebrated Australia Day with community events hosted by local groups and councils. These events are opportunities to reflect, respect, and celebrate with community. That's interesting. The good old, Aussie Day as such. Obviously there's an event for these high-profile Americans Australian Association as such. So I'm like, okay, fair enough. So that's good to know. But in saying that, Australians in LA, Australians in America, Australians in Los Angeles. It was Aussies in LA, but they changed it, and I really had a good time. I obviously arrived late, but better late than ever. That's all I can say. And it's just didn't mean to, but so I am taken back by just like I wasn't going to go to the event, but I ended up going to the event, and it was so much fun. Like, in a sense of didn't expect, to have so much of a blast. But hey, it's who you talk to, who you meet, who you come across. And it was so much fun. Like, in a sense of, I wasn't expecting at all. Like, in a sense of just how it ended up. And I just didn't, it was really, really, really good. Like, in a sense of just so much fun. You know, I just love the fact that we just met and we talked and we had fun and we just act the fool, and those are the good times. That's what I really, really, really miss being in Australia, because it is just really, really tough out here in LA. Like, it's just really, it's a big city. Everyone is just on their own kind of, you know, craziness or whatever where they need to go to or how they need to get to. But it's just insane. But the good old Aussie day was amazing. You're listening to Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can jump on the website, which is theblock105.com. You're listening to Sarah Talks Solutions. You can shoot me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B. Also, you can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. Guys, we're talking about Australia Day, which I attended. Which was fun. So many Australian citizens live in the US during the 21st century, including an estimated 44,000 Australians living in the city of Los Angeles alone as of 2016. In 2023, Australians Americans had a highest median household income out of the ancestry group, as well as a high per capita income of 66,000, or say 67,000. You know, what should I do on Australia Day? You know, hikes, walk, mountain bike and cycling, kayaking, paddleboarding, snorkeling, diving, wildlife encounters, fishing and boating. You know, what's the true meaning of Australia Day? So Australia Day holiday, January 26th, honouring the establishment of the first permanent European settlers on the contingent of Australia. On January 26, 1788, Arthur Phillip, who has sailed into in what is now Sydney Cove, and ship loaded of convicts, hosted the British flag on the site. So the good old Aussie Day. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can shoot me an email, You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can jump on the website, theblock105.com, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You're listening to Miss Sarah B. You can shoot me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B. Also, you can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. We're talking about Australia Day, Australia Day, Australia Day. It started off at I got there late, but it started off where we actually went to Miss Melbourne, which is a coffee shop in West Hollywood. That's where they started off, which was really cool. They had live music, sausage sizzle, beer, wine, cocktails, raffles, and Aussie Tucker. California Wi-Fi, fundraiser sponsored by the Aussie Pie and sausages, which was the Sunday just been, as such. So, it was actually, West Hollywood, Miss Melbourne is actually who hosted it, which was absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. In a sense of, it was a cute little cafe, all Aussie, but at the same time, it was just more just hanging out with these good old amazing Aussie people that I'm slowly but surely making some, good friends out here in Aussie, and amazing and more amazing. It's just good to be around. I'm in that kind of headspace of just like, I love the Aussies and I'm proud of it. You're listening to Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can jump on the website, theblock105.com. Drop me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. Also, you can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. Guys, we're talking about the good old Aussie Day. What did we do? What did we get up to? I knew, which it is, just having an amazing time, and it was just so much fun, just meeting and catching up. Sometimes I'd be a little late, but anyway, it's such as life. Life gets the better of you, but at the end of it, I was able to just to talk and laugh and just have some fun Aussie things. Aussie ways, Aussie fun. It's just, Australians in LA. It's just, good. Yeah, in that sense. I am proud to be one, and it was a good day. It was a real good day. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can shoot me an email, theblogsaratalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. You can jump on the website, which is theblog105.com. Every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. Guys, it was Aussie Day. It was great to hang out with some Aussies on the weekend or on Sunday, which was so much fun. The guys were cool. I had a blast. I enjoyed myself. It was just great to be with my own people or around my own kind of culture or my own, it's just nice to be around it. It goes a long way. The good old Aussie Day, Australian Day 2025, done and dusted. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can jump on the socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. You can shoot me a text, 818-963-9183. You can jump on the website, theblog105.com. You can drop me an email, theblog@gmail.com. Guys, I know that the fires are over, but still we have the cleanup. We have the cleanup. I cannot explain enough of what it's going to take us some years to rebuild. Years to rebuild. I've been getting emails, I've been getting texts. It's just, I sat being a SAG member, it used to be called the Actors Fund, but now it's called the Entertainment Community Fund. There was a housing specialist. There was a link, which is the resource center. Housing resource center, explore educational seminars, housing bulletin board, join our mailing list. Check out Housing Bulletin Board, register for housing seminars, and schedule a one-on-one appointment. So it's just crazy in a sense of like what needs to be done. In a sense of like the housing bulletin. Welcome to the Entertainment Community Fund portal, programs, for SAG members itself. It's a portal where it provides all these resources, as such, where, it's just like Housing Board, which they had today, a convenient way for community to share housing options, room rentals and sublets, fully furnished one-bedroom condo, which is down in San Diego. So there's that portal down there. Furnished room, which is here in New York, well, not here, but in New York. So that's the bulletin board itself. which is good. Register for housing seminars, which I sat in one today, which was really good. It was very helpful. It was very insightful. It gave me a better understanding about affordable housing and all that good stuff. But there's a lot, and there's a lot to take on board, because you're like, like in a sense of like learning all this. There's a lot to take, especially when you're learning all this by yourself. In a sense of, my mind, and as I said, it's just a lot. It's a lot. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B. You can jump on the website, theblock105.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. Shoot me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text. And jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can shoot me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can shoot me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. Guys, we're talking about housing, especially in LA, which is extremely hard. I sat on applying for affordable housing in LA as such, and it was crazy because it was a lot to understand and take. But applying for affordable housing, there was a Zoom meeting, which was great. And it was very informative, but at the same time it's overwhelming because there's a lot to learn about affordable housing, like in a sense of like I'm trying to click like a one-on-one appointment, but obviously it's not going through, but it's saying, check out the bulletin board, so it's a housing, as such. So it's always, good to kind of, have options and everything as such. So by all means, jump on the website, which is Entertainment Community Fun. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can shoot me an email, theblogsaratalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. You can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. We're talking about housing, and it's a lot, and more a lot, but we can get through this because we are resilient people. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can shoot me an email, theblogsaratalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B. Also, you can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can shoot me an email, theblogsaratalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. Jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. We're talking about housing, and more housing. Living in LA is just no joke. It is just something that, I did not sign up for. It is just disgusting. The people are just horrible. They're all about and for themselves. In a sense of, I am just disgusted of how, it's just like nothing ceases to amaze me. Like, you can't seem to get ahead in this damn city. You just can't. Like, you just got to live out of each other's pockets. And it's disgusting. Like, here I am, survival jobs, trying to do this, trying to do that, just to keep a roof over my head. But there's just no living. Like, I cannot explain it enough. And it just wounds me, and it just pisses me off. Like, I just don't understand, like, why, it doesn't have to be this hard. You know what I mean? I'm just, as I said, I've sat around, I get bullied and harassed from, where I live. It's just not fun. It's not a good position to be in. I'm in workshops, I'm in webinars, I'm in all these different places. And then now we actually had the fires. So it's like you just can't get a break. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can jump on the website, which is theblock105.com, every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Also, you can jump on my socials, which is theblock. You can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. You can shoot me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. Sorry, I can't. I've got to go. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can jump on my website, or you can shoot me an email, theblocksarahtalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B. You can also jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. Guys, talking about housing, it just stresses me out because it is disgusting out there. Like, in a sense of where it's just, I can't explain it because right now I'm living in a mold-infested apartment. The property manager's just being a real arsehole as such, and I am trying to get lawyers. I'm trying to, I want to be relocated. And it's just so hard getting relocated, when you're, trying to find a place, trying to, look something that is affordable. This is LA, and it is mold related, and it's just horrible, and more horrible. I can't emphasize it, and I can't explain it enough. It's just horrible. To be around as such. We just need to just stay on top of it. I'm trying to stay strong, and it's just, as I said, it's exhausting, mentally and physically exhausting. Don't know what it is with this city, but it's just horrible, horrible, and horrible. You're listening to Sarah Talk Solutions. You can jump on my socials, which is Aussie_Sarah_LA. You can drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B. Also, you can shoot me an email, theblogSarahTalks@gmail.com. Drop me a text, 818-963-9183. You're listening to the one and only Miss Sarah B, and I'm your host. Jump on the website, which is theblock105.com. I'm on every Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Everyone has heard about the U.S. space program, but what is actually going on at NASA? Get the real story in 4 minutes or less with the NASA Daily Podcast from Electricast. Join astronauts and researchers as they conduct groundbreaking experiments, work on the International Space Station, and reach for the stars. NASA Daily, your cosmic update.
Electricast. Hey, heard you like podcasts? Well, check out Dollar Bets. Two sports guys with faces for radio, betting live money against each other on air. That's Dollar Bets with a Z. Find us on the Winner's Edge.